Hey guys, I wanted to introduce you to our newest family member. This is our bObi pet by bObsweep. We have nicknamed her Rosie, and I'm going to refer to her as Rosie for the rest of the video. And we got her in the shade Scarlet. So before I get into details, I want to take the time to let you guys know that I reached out to bObsweep and asked them if they wanted to do this collaboration. I always disclose to you guys whether or not I received a product for free or I purchased it. I don't currently do any sponsored videos where I'm paid for them, so this is not a sponsored video, it is just a collaboration. But I do always want to let you guys know I received the product for free. That being said, as always, when I'm interested in something that I think can help you guys that suffer with fibromyalgia, or you're just a busy mom or something like that, I take the time to research products, what will be the best price point, what will give you the most for your money, what will give, me the best result, and you guys as well. So out of a lot of the robot vacuum options out there, I chose bObsweep to reach out to because I really liked what I was seeing online. I really liked the features it had, and I really liked the price point for you guys. So all the bObi pets are made with pets in mind and fur, and we have so much dog fur from our two rescues. We have a Boxer Lab mix that's called a Boxador, that's what the hybrid's called. And then our other rescue is an Australian Kelpie. And a lot of people here in the US don't know what an Australian Kelpie is, but it's an Australian sheepdog. But they shed so much. Amber sheds so much. It's insane. And people complain about German Shepherd shedding, but really I think her breed is the worst about shedding. I will go outside and brush her every single day, and it doesn't matter. I still need to vacuum daily, and it was just becoming such a headache, especially now with having a toddler. Plus, to be honest, Amber absolutely hates vacuums. We've gone through 4 vacuums that she has torn up, attacked. So I really was thinking when we got Rosie that she was probably going to react the same, but surprisingly, Rosie doesn't bother her. The other day she was sitting down on the floor and Rosie bumped her in the booty, and she just got up and looked at her and walked away. I was shocked. The first time I ran Rosie, I could not believe Amber didn't attack her. I was kind of ready to shoo her out of the room had she attacked, but it's such a relief to know that I can run Rosie or run her on her schedule and Amber doesn't care. It's such a relief. Ralph doesn't really care either. He's just a cool, relaxed dog. He usually doesn't care about anything. So I'm going to give you guys all the details, don't worry, but first I just want to talk about basically my review and the fact that I absolutely love Rosie. She has made my life so much easier. It is such a pain to vacuum daily, especially having a pain condition, a chronic pain condition. When you have fibromyalgia, you only have so much of you to give during the day. There is a limit, and for me, I had to include vacuuming in that because if I don't, the dog fur builds up so much in our house, it's unreal. And to have the kind of just relief to not have to vacuum the whole house every single day, knowing that Rosie will do it for me, is amazing. I cannot tell you guys how amazing it is. I really didn't know what to think. I've never had a robot vacuum before. I read a lot of different reviews. I've heard what people's complaints are about all different, brands and stuff. And so I didn't know what to expect. I really thought to be honest, I would find something that I wasn't happy with, but my genuine, honest opinion is I can't find anything about Rosie that I would change or that I'm unhappy with. I wasn't sure if she would be able to really clean, when I stand there and I vacuum the floors. And I have mostly hard floors in our house, tile or laminates. We don't really have any carpet left. We do have some carpet on the stairs, and I ran Rosie on it and she did just as good as my vacuum. But I didn't know what to expect, and I figured I kind of thought that this will be a great solution to give me a break every day, but I'd still be having to vacuum maybe every 3 days. And I haven't vacuumed at all. I've had Rosie, I want to say almost 2 weeks now, and I will have to check the date on that, but I feel like we've had her for, yeah, I believe it's almost 2 weeks now. And I vacuumed one time, and it was before I mopped. Right before we got her, I had vacuumed and mopped, and then I was like, okay, I'm not vacuuming again until I get her. So the first time I ran her, it was actually really hard because I really wanted to test her, and there was so much dog fur because she came and I hadn't vacuumed in like, I want to say almost 3 days. It was probably 3 days. And I really didn't know what to expect because in 3 days, the amount of dog hair in our house is insane. And it was really hard for me not to vacuum. But I really wanted to test her capabilities. And that first time I ran her, because I don't know if it's because the floor was such a mess that she needed to run longer, but she ran almost 4 hours. I couldn't believe it, and I don't know if that's normal because on the bObsweep website, it says that the normal run time is about 72 minutes. But when our house and our floors was that dirty, Rosie ran like 4 hours, and that was downstairs. I do take her up and downstairs now. We have a 2-story house, so I'll take her upstairs like in the afternoons when we're downstairs doing something, or in the mornings, and I'll let her run, and then I'll put her back on her charger because she can't go down the stairs to the charger herself. When she's downstairs running, she can find her charging port and dock herself, but when she is upstairs, I do bring her back down, obviously, because she doesn't do stairs. They don't like go off the stairs. So yeah, I'm just really, really obsessed with her. I give it a huge thumbs up, and I kind of want, you know, a Rosie number 2 for upstairs, but it's really not necessary. I really didn't know what to expect having a 2-story house with a robot vacuum either. And I like that I can just bring her up here, set her down, and tell her to go, and she goes. So that's been pretty awesome. So now I'm going to go ahead and get into the details for you guys. Rosie has really strong suction. She cleans really well. And the bObi Pet was upgraded to run 72 minutes on a single charge. But even, obviously, we're not running her almost 4 hours every day because she keeps the floor so clean. She doesn't really need to go that long. But she definitely can go, in my opinion, for more than 72 minutes. But that is the time that, or 75 minutes, I'm sorry. That is the time that bObsweep has said they will go on a single charge. Rosie gets under and around things amazingly. She will get close enough to clean, but without damaging our furniture, if that makes sense. And if she does bump into stuff, she's got a special grip, like not grip texture, but like a soft texture, if that makes sense, all around her to kind of protect the furniture if she hits it. But really, she's really good about going around things, and I think I got some B-roll footage of her going around Jackson's stuff. Jackson is so obsessed with Rosie. He wants to run her every day. He likes to watch her run. He follows her around, and he tries to bring her toys. And sometimes he will block the charger so she can't dock because he doesn't want her to go to sleep. We tell Jackson that Rosie goes to sleep when she's not running and that she needs to sleep because he would let her run like all day and follow her around if he could. So I did leave some of Jackson's toys out when I was just taking kind of some B-roll video. And yeah, so she's really good about recognizing something's there. And the only time she's ever gotten stuck, she's got stuck twice in the exact same position by the exact same thing. And it is Jackson's toy organizer in the living room. And that's not really going to be a problem for much longer because we're in the process of storing our dining room furniture and moving all his stuff in there so that we have our living room back. And I probably won't run Rosie in there just because the dogs won't be going in that area. It'll be baby gated off, so it won't need to be cleaned daily. I think Rosie can go in there like once in a while and clean, but she really gets stuck under that toy organizer because the reason I think is because the way the buckets are slanted, there's a gap. So with her sensors, she doesn't see anything there, I think. So she just goes, and she would actually be able to get out, and she actually has gotten out several times. But the problem is the way those bars are, and Rosie has a little kind of button thing here, and that's what always gets stuck when she gets stuck. But that's the only thing she's ever been stuck under or on for, like, I don't know. She's been upstairs and downstairs, and that's been the only issue we've ever had. And like I said, I really think it's just that little button and the way the bars are kind of leveled. But when she gets stuck, if she realizes she's like stuck there, she shuts off. And so she's not wasting battery or just running and running and running. So I run Rosie every single day, and I don't have to change her bin every single day. If I wanted to let it go, probably every third day, I totally could. Because we run her daily, the floors stay pretty clean and the bin doesn't need to be constantly emptied or anything like that. I think if you were to let your house go a full week and then vacuum with her, you absolutely, if you have pets, would need to change it out every time. But really, she can go every third day and maybe be emptied then. But I'm kind of neurotic about it. I don't let anything sit in her or my other vacuum. Even if it's like a small amount, I dump it at the end of every day. But she can do upstairs and downstairs, and I don't need to empty her bin. It's a very generous size bin. She also comes with a HEPA filter, which is really nice, and you just pop that open and clean anything that the HEPA filter kind of caught too. So Rosie comes with this really cool remote, and it is how you program her. So you can program her to run a schedule. Most of the time I just tell her to go. I can pick up the remote and I tell her go, and it's just because our life is so chaotic. Every day is different. I think I could schedule her to run at night, but sometimes we're up later. And the thing is, like, there's been a few times I just let her run and we're all in the room, the dogs, Jackson, us. And it's like, it doesn't really matter because she just goes. But it's like, I like to pick up for her, even though she will clean around toys. I pick up for her, and I like her to run and not have like us in the way or toys on the floor. So really, I will pick up for her and then just hit go, which is what I have to do with the vacuum anyway. I always pick up for my big vacuum ahead of time. So it's not really like, oh God, I have to pick up for her, because like I said, you don't need to pick up for the vacuum. She will go around toys, small toys. She might bump them, but she's never like, when I've let her run to see how she does with stuff on the floor, she's never like gobbled up a toy or anything or something crazy like that. So Go is an auto cleaning program, and she will just go to town and clean until she's low on battery, and then she'll go back to her dock. And during that time, she performs different kinds of cleaning. She has different, I guess, like patterns she does. Sometimes she'll stay in the area a little longer, and I tend to notice that area has more dust on the floor, or Jackson got cracker crumbs over there. So it's so interesting because it's like she knows where she needs to clean more and where she needs to not have to focus so much time on. So there's something called Waffle Mode, and she kind of makes like, I guess it's kind of like a waffle. She stays in a concentrated area where there's been a spill or a mess, and you turn her on Waffle Mode and she'll clean it for you. She stays in that one area, I believe it's 1 square meter, for 3 minutes and cleans to get up any kind of mess that you've spilled. I actually was gonna do that for the B-roll, but Jackson wanted to be all up in Rosie's business, and I was trying to get her to clean crackers and stuff, or just messes I made, to show you guys how she works, but he was just too interested in it, and I just let her kind of run. But I also can control her remotely, which is what I did for some of this, so y'all can just see. She's never missed a mess or left anything on the floor. So I felt comfortable, not having to like set my tripod up and do some like time lapse thing, because honestly, I just don't have time for that as well. But I wanted to show you guys that she could clean the mess. So the really cool thing is, if something like that happens, I can tell her to go forward, back, right, left. I can control her like a remote control car, but cooler because she vacuums. I can also tell her to stop, and I can turn her speed up or down. So I can make her go faster, I can make her go slower. Probably one of the coolest things that I didn't even really register in my brain when I read it on the box. Like, I read it and I read it in the book, but I didn't really realize it till I was sitting there watching her go. And I made a comment about the light, and Justin said that's the UV light. And then it clicked. I was like, oh yeah, she has a UV light. And she has this blue UV light, and it's so cool because as she's vacuuming, she's sterilizing and sanitizing the floor. UV lights can sanitize things. So not only is she vacuuming every day and keeping my floors clean, but she's keeping them sanitized. But you can also turn the UV off if you want. You don't have to run it. I just keep it on though. So Rosie will go back to her dock and charge up when she needs to, or you can just hit the button that says juice and it will send her right back to dock herself to juice up. So you can pop this attachment on and Rosie will mop. She can dry mop. You can wet this attachment with just some water. You put some cleaning fluid on it. And really what it's good for is if there's some kind of sticky spill in a certain area, you can set it on that and put it on Waffle, and it will kind of like just wipe up the stickiness. I don't know if any of you guys have kids, but sometimes like you just walk on your floor and you're like, was that sticky? It's nice because you can just set her down and Waffle and have her do that, or you can just have her dry mop or go over your floors with the wet mop. So it's not necessarily a mop that sprays and like hardcore mops your floor, but she does, it's basically like kind of wiping your floor up. I haven't used it yet. I just haven't had time to do that and kind of explore it, but I'm excited to. So the last thing she comes with is a bObi block, and this projects a digital barrier. So if you put this in a doorway, you don't want her to go clean in that room, or you don't want her to leave a room, or something like that, you would put this block like this and she wouldn't go past it. So it's a really nice way to keep her in a room, keep her out of a room. Maybe there's just like so much stuff on the floor, there's no point in sending her in there. You can kind of block her from going in there, if that makes sense. So I hope this review was able to help you guys that are on the fence or trying to decide if you want to get a robot vacuum. I know as soon as I posted about her on my social media, a lot of you guys reached out and were really excited for this review. So I hope it helped you. I know you guys dealing with chronic pain struggle like I do to, you know, keep your house clean, but keep your pain levels low. And a robot vacuum is such an amazing way to do that. And I am totally blown away by our bObi pet and bObsweep. But like I said, I really researched and tried to find what product was going to be the best value for your money, because when you have a chronic pain condition, you're not always able to work and you really have to make your money stretch. So right now, the bObi pets with authorized dealers, I found was around $320, I believe, last time I checked. Amazon Prime is an authorized dealer, but you really want to make sure that you make sure the seller is bObsweep. And I'm going to go ahead, obviously, and link bObsweep's website and all of their social media accounts, but I'm also going to link from their website authorized dealers, so safe places you can buy a bObi pet, and those places will honor their warranty, because you don't want to buy from an unauthorized place because then you won't necessarily have a warranty. So I hope that's helpful. I want to thank bObsweep so much for doing this collaboration with me. We absolutely adore our bObi pet, and I really appreciate you guys collaborating with me. If you guys have any questions, leave in the comments and I will do my best to answer them, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!